All right, we live, Mr. Crow, man. We here talking about life and all kind of stuff. Just good stuff, man. We was talking about New York City, the whole COVID thing, and just all things in between. Let me turn this sound on the game. Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
like for like the most part, like you're upstate, right? So we was talking about COVID, man. How was this COVID thing for you in like a nutshell?
um, well, I think relatively the numbers, if you compare population and the numbers to like the city with population and the numbers, I think it was relatively the same, but it's a small town. I think we got hit well later than New York City.
Mhm.
Um, but right now I know everything's going down. Numbers are going down all across the county. Um, I think it's the same everywhere, man. It's been a scare. It's been a scare, and then it's been frustration. You know how it is, man. It's you got the not the no maskers, I call them, the people that's just adamant, I'm not wearing a mask, and
Yeah,
then
throwing
like,
tantrums and all kind of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, like I was telling you in the city, man. Like with the trains, just to talk about the trains by itself. People know if you ride the trains every day, the trains are pretty packed, man. They're not like I was telling you. It's not like peak NYC, like where it was before. The trains are shut down at night. Actually, right now they're about to open them back up soon, though. But I mean, like if you can get on the train, to go places, then you can go other places and chill and then do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So just weird, man. Yeah, but
yeah.
what do you think about this game, man? Did you get a chance to check out the majority of the game?
I missed. I was peeking at the first quarter at work, but I seen the full second quarter, and I mean, I like what I see. Um, I think you mentioned RJ's really been balling out this game, or these last couple of possessions to end the half. Um, I think we should win it. You know, I think I think the way we played last night, I think that was a prime example, and it could be a springboard to get us on the right path, and maybe get that 5 game win streak that we haven't been able to hit. You know what I mean? And maybe even more than that. So I, I like the way we play, man. We got a lot of good chemistry out there. Um, we're peaking, and we don't
Yeah,
have everybody. So
yeah, I agree with that. That we're peaking. I feel like that Nets game definitely kind of woke everybody up. Kind of it was like like they threw water in our face. Like, oh shit, now like today, I feel like the Knicks they're playing with a lot of swagger. They're playing like they belong. To play against teams like the Sixers and stuff like that. So I think I think that's right, man. I think something like that. I feel like we are peaking to a certain point, and the chemistry is running good. You can see quickly's finally in the starting lineup. What do you think about that? Because it kind of he's kind of just throwing there due through necessity, but is actually helping that whole peaking thing.
I'll be honest with you. Last game or prior to last game, I wasn't for it. I thought it was gonna take away from the bench. Um, and it wasn't an indictment on quickly. It was more of we're missing Peyton, we're missing Rose. You know what I mean? Who's gonna bring us? Who's gonna replace him on the bench? Is was my concern. Where I felt like if Frank started, the rest of our starters could still do what they do and just rely on Frank for kick out threes, and then quickly can continue to do what he does off the bench. But you know, it's not a big thing to me. That was just my opinion going into last night's game. So
Yeah,
I'm not against it. I just it does weaken the bench. You know what I mean?
yeah. That I was gonna start. I was gonna see if I can get some of you guys in there together to just talk about that. Because every time we bring up a player, everyone always says like when I say everyone, I'm basically talking about Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on Twitter, they're saying that that guy belongs. It'd be good to have him on the bench. But like eventually we're gonna have to get somebody to start. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I like the idea of having quickly there because whatever he brings coming off the bench, starting the game with that, it's kind of getting making us a little bit snappy starting the game now, man. So coming off the bench, now we can really start to think about that now that we brought quickly up there. So I mean, like something else also came out today too that this guy Derrick Rose might actually have COVID. The way they're talking about it. Like Tom Thibodeau, he might have gave like a little Easter egg saying that he was feeling good or whatever, feeling better. I think he said. So now it's like, oh man, did he have COVID now? Because it was my understanding that it might have been like a family thing. Like he was something happened
You,
with his family.
his trainer's brother passed away, and I know
Right.
he was attending that funeral, but he was out, a good week already prior to that coming out.
Mm.
Um, so that's a tricky situation because if he got COVID after the fact, you know what I mean? Did he get it at the funeral? Did he have it when he went to the funeral? Did he potentially put others at risk? You know what I mean? But the way I was looking at it initially was more like he knew he was going to be attending the funeral, which would probably make the protocol reset, start from the beginning. So if
Mm.
let's say it's a 7-day protocol, but 6 days in you're going to a funeral, you got to start all over. That's going to give you a whole nother 7 days. You know what I mean? So maybe he was interacting and he had to get things situated where he knew, you know what I mean? Basically the protocol is not going to begin until you come back and you're quarantined.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
So
Yeah, this whole freaky stuff, man. Like same thing with us too, man. If we drive too far and we come back and somebody finds out, same thing, same thing that we got to do at our jobs and stuff too, man. So it's just weird, man. But when he finally does come back, like it just brings like that question now. Like now, what do we do? Because like you said, we at a place now where we're doing this, and we're getting close to that trade deadline too, man. So like when we add other players, we're gonna be in a slippery place where we might screw up this peaking. It might quarantine. What I'm saying? We might be in another like 10 game kind of space where we gotta like get our stuff back together, man. So it's this all stuff to good stuff to talk about.
I've always been of the mindset if a guy goes down, injury or whatever the case, and then next guy comes in, if the team is rolling, you gotta keep it going. You know what I mean? Even when that original guy comes back. But if the team is doing like 500 basketball, then like Mitch, for example, he lost his spot to injury. You don't want to punish him for being injured and saying, "Oh, now when you come back, you got to come off the bench." You know what I mean? He was playing well. He didn't lose his spot because of play. He lost it because of injury. So it's always a tough decision. You know what I mean when things like this happen. And
Yeah,
at this, everybody has lost their spot through the injury. You know what I mean? So Peyton, Rose, and Mitch. So it's gonna be weird. What Tibbs decides when everybody's healthy.
yeah, we haven't been healthy for a long time, man. I'm anxious. Because I love this team, man. We talk about it all the time. It could become redundant, but when you love something, we was talking about our kids and shit a little bit before. But when you love something, man, you'll do anything for them, man. And you'll put yourself through any kind of situation. Something that you don't like, a spot that you don't like to be in. You'll be there because of the love of whatever, man. So it's like almost like the same kind of thing. Like you love this team so much that you put yourself through this drama of us every day just banging this stuff out and whatever, man. So yeah, man.
Speculating,
Yeah.
saying what you wish. But I mean, through it all, basically right now, I'm trusting Tibbs, man. But so whatever he decides, I'm not really gonna second guess it or question it. I may give my opinion, but that doesn't mean that I'm opposed to what he's doing because he's shown improved time and time again, and he's done it this year with the Knicks. So
Yeah, and he's smarter than us, man. We're not coaches, so like if a lot of us we were the coaches, the Knicks would be in terrible shape right now. But yo, let's talk more about this game. What do you think about the 76ers? I actually I like to scout other teams too when I'm watching these when I'm doing the halftime. I like to really scout and stuff. So I kind of like the way Philly plays, man. I could see like if they had Embiid, how he would fit into what they're already doing. So I kind of like what they do, but I'm not scared of them. Obviously, we're kind of dominating them a little bit, for the most part in this game. So what do you think about that team, and what do you think is gonna happen going forward?
So here's the thing. They've been rolling without Embiid the past couple of games, right? And even with me knowing that, I haven't watched it, but I was aware. I wasn't worried about them at all. Like with Embiid, one of the scariest teams in the league. Without him, I think we should win the game. We should win this one. We should win the next one against them. Um, I hate jumping ahead, but I mean, knock on wood.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
one
yeah,
day at a time with our Knicks, man. We can barely handle teams sometimes quarter to quarter, man.
for sure, for sure. But I mean, they have good players. I don't think if that was their roster, no Embiid, I wouldn't consider them necessarily a better team than us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I would say we match up pretty evenly with them.
Yeah.
So
And they don't really scare us. I mean, like Tobias Harris actually is a pretty good player, man. He got snubbed from the All Star team. I feel like he should have been an All Star. They keep going to other teams, snagging the other players, saying as replacements and stuff like that. But Tobias, I mean, as second fiddle to Embiid, he should have definitely been an All Star. And just like I'm just looking at the rest of the team. Danny Green, I'm not afraid of Danny Green. Ben Simmons can't shoot, so I'm not afraid of him neither. Some of these other guys too. They're just like fringe role players, man. So yeah, I agree with you. When compared to the Knicks, our defense, our physicality, we could shoot threes just as well as they could shoot threes too, man. So I'm not really afraid of them, man. So now that
shout
I
out,
say that, like,
shout out to Sim. He broke down the numbers yesterday, and I want to say we was pretty much identical. It was less than a whole point difference between our 3-point percentage and the amount of threes we shoot per game. So that says
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, that ranking stuff is kind of weird because I mean, they'll say we'll ranked whatever, but in the grand scheme of things, everybody's like a fraction of a point behind each other and all that other stuff, man. So everybody's basically doing the same thing, man. If anything, our percentages have gone up as the season progressed, especially with RJ and whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. I'm excited about this team, man. I think this is a fun ride to go through, just watching the season progress game
Mhm.
by game, and you know everybody's got to be happy where we are, and definitely believe that we could have been better and we could have been worse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I think a lot of us wrote ourselves off, never even thinking that we would be anywhere close to where we are right now.
yeah, I definitely didn't. I mean, and I had high projections. A lot of people. Oh, I think I said 35 wins.
Hmm.
Yeah, what? There's no way we're gonna win 35. You know what I mean? That was pretty high, but I mean, it's
It's possible
realistic.
now. Yeah, yeah, you're looking good now. That's like you bought some stock options there. If you had put money on that shit, you'd be making some money right now.
Yeah, yeah, I know. The Vegas
Well,
odds, I would have made a killing.
yeah. Well, I mean, the game just started. For me, I got like it just started like 9 seconds into the game. But real quick, like say the 76ers are missing Embiid, right? And that now they're worse than us. So if they get Embiid, now they're better than us, right? So I just throw this question at you. What do you think about Drummond? Or Cousins, or somebody like that?
Hey, ask around, man. I've been calling for Drummond. I've been calling for Drummond. I've been. Everybody says, we need a wing. We need a wing. And we need a point guard, which by all means it is true. But the way my logic was, these wings that everybody's saying that we need to bring in, the guys that we have on the roster, if they play at their very best, they can do the things that these other wings that we're talking about can do. We have nobody on our roster that can do the things that Drummond can do. You,
Yeah,
you, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
so Granted, it's a risk, but I'd rather take the risk on the two guys that we have, even though they're up and down, and we hate them most of the time. But we're winning with them. You gotta appreciate that. So I'm all for Drummond. I've been saying it for a while now.
Yeah, I
Like we
agree
need
too,
a guy
man. It just
and
yeah.
beads and jokers and all the big guys.
Yeah, freaking the Bucks side of Bucks embarrassed us the other day. If we had Drummond in there to at least throw some space around, then we will be able to compete with those guys. But we're talking about playoffs and that type of thing. Regular season is one thing, but once the referees really swallow the whistle and then they start reading their scripts, like how the game is supposed to go, according to the league office and all that stuff. We're gonna need some guys to force the referees to call the game the way it's supposed to.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where you at right now in the game?
I think you're a few seconds behind me. You're gonna see it soon.
From the Sixers side or the Knicks side?
It was us.
Okay. Well, I'm at 51 right now. 10:51.
Oh, right. You about. I'm at 9:33.
God. All right, so it's coming now then.
That happened.
It was RJ?
Nah, it was Bullock.
Oh, okay. I think I had just missed it.
Okay. What's the score?
I got 59-55.
Okay,
But Danny
nah.
Green, I can't stand Danny Green, man. Like
Yeah, I
if I
never.
was like Frank or something like that, I would kick him in his shin or something on the way out.
My
You know?
goodness.
Well, before we get out of here, I want to talk about Frank too, because Frank has been fouling, getting a lot of little stupid fouls. So I think he's going to get those fouls because he's just got these weird long arms. So the ref is just calling stuff just because he can't tell where his arms are. So I'm thinking that if they're going to do that to him, then he's got to like start throwing them bowls, man. start hurting people. If they're gonna call a foul anyway, he might as well start jabbing guys in their ribs and pinching testicles or whatever they need to do, man, to frustrate some guys out there.
Um, I think that's always been the case too with him. Like it was always as good as his defense is. It's always been the ticky tack fouls, the silly fouls. Like you hear, I just hear Clyde's voice in my head. Just say he's a good defender, but that was a stupid foul by Frank.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna come with time. I as long as he's not doing an N1 on no foul, I'm willing to live with his mistakes because he's gonna have to learn from them and play through them, and you know, especially now. Now he's at the point where he could not come back in the game, not see minutes when he messes up. So, and that's what I love about Tibbs. He's holding people accountable. So, they mess up. They're not making that mistake next time.
Yeah.
And this time might be 3-4 games later. So
Yeah. And then you can't get mad either because you got guys out there that's doing the job, that's doing the work. So you can't really get mad about it.
So
yeah, man. So thanks for coming in on the halftime, man.
for sure, man. I
Nice smooth.
appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man.
I haven't been here in a while, so I had
Yeah,
to
man.
jump
I
in.
tried to clean up for you, man. I don't got my mask on. I got some hand sanitizer though.
I seen you the other day with you had the fresh cut. I think you must have
Okay.
just came from the barber. But nah,
From
for
the
real.
barber, man. I got that Manscaped going on, man. So I'll be shaving my stuff with the fucking ball trimmer thing.
Okay.
I bought two of them. I got one for my nuts and one for the head, man.
You know what? I'm about to jump on that because I thought
Okay.
about it, but I was like, I wasn't gonna say that.
All right, but if you want to jump on it, go to manscaped.com and use promo code DiehardTwenty for 20% off free shipping.
Yes, sir. I'm about to. I'm about to do that joint right now.
Yeah, man. We'll see how long that
Shout out
goes,
to
man.
the
They're supposed to
chat,
be coming
man.
back, huh?
Now I was saying shout out to the chat, to the
Oh,
viewers, man. Your
yeah.
blackest time.
No doubt, man. I see you on the next one.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.